live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, SKREW ballwhiskey.com. Tomorrow's stories begin right here. Hashtag get screwed. Hashtag screw it forward. All other peanut butter whiskeys are posers. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey is the one and only original peanut butter whiskey for the misfits, the black sheep, the screwballs. Screwballwhiskey.com. DramaCityProductions.com. DramaCityProductions.com/Kelsey Hudson Show. KillDiscord.com. Come hang out with us in the Kill Tony Discord. We are here with Kill every Monday, ladies and gentlemen, after a wonderful episode of Kill Tony. Come hang out with us in the Kill Tony Discord, KillDiscord.com. Follow my boy Dave Sarah on social media at DaveXHell, 1E in the middle of that, and Dave.Sarah on Instagram. He should be here soon, but until then, we got the great and motherfucking powerful Nick BK in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, look at him. Just look at him. Would you just look? Would you just look? Would you just look? Follow him on the social media at official Nick BK. Spell it like that on the screen. And yes, I know. I know. And of course, as always, we are here doing this shit every Monday. We're doing this a little bit differently. Than we have in the past. I usually will stream this. On the Kill Discord channel, but I just had my other channels already linked up with my OBS and streaming stuff, so I figured I would just stream this on mine. Stream it on my channel.
You say IBS channel?
On my IBS, my irritable bowel streaming network. So we have the great and powerful Nick BK is how I know your given last name is BK. I did not know this, but I've been told.
Yeah. So that's the given last name. Stands for British Knight, actually. Or
yeah.
Burger King.
Or Bishop Kelly.
Yeah. As many years as I've been alive and had this last name, I've only ever come up with British Knight and Burger King, which I feel a great sense of pain about. Burger King. I haven't put a little more effort into finding other things that are, I believe the word is it acronym?
Yeah, Dan acronym that was in from Tommy Boy, right?
Yeah, I believe he had a great part in My Girl.
Oh yeah, the one about the guy that goes to prison and gets on death row, and Tom Hanks is in it, and he grabs Tom Hanks's dick. Yeah, that's my favorite one of
It's actually, I think that was based on like a true story as well.
Yeah, well that really in the movie Tom Hanks was playing Dan acronym in real life. Is the way I heard it. Yeah,
I think the biggest disappointment with that film, I wouldn't even call it a movie, I'd call it a film.
Sure.
Was that Tom Hanks' portrayal of Dan acronym. He never promoted his vodka, the Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't talk about Dan acronym without bringing up the Crystal Skull vodka, which is shaped like a skull. And for those not aware, you can get a Crystal Skull Dan acronym signed bottle of vodka if you just go to KillDiscord.com and click the link there. And there will, the delivery is real shoddy, with, COVID and all, but.
Yeah, I ordered a few bottles a couple of months ago. I still haven't gotten them, but.
Naturally.
Yeah. I did get a couple of bottles of Screwball whiskey, though.
How about that
fantastic
stuff? How you feel about
amazing.
Screwball?
I like it a lot. it's tasty and it gets the job done too. You know.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Screwball whiskey is actually younger than my sobriety, so I never got the opportunity to actually taste it. But I've only heard the best things from the only people who matter, and you can get that stuff at any liquor store. And if liquor store doesn't have it, tell them to get some in there. Screwball whiskey, SKREW ballwhiskey.com.
Great whiskey, it really is. I do enjoy it.
You know what else is good is Thrasher whiskey, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've ever had Thrasher whiskey, but Nick here is sponsored by Thrasher whiskey.
Yeah, it's a new venture. I actually started the company, me and a couple of other young women, and it's basically just about like our passion for sharks and what they do to the human body and how they eat.
Of course.
You know? Yeah.
By the way, if you guys, speaking of sharks, if you guys are wondering where you know Nick from, it's from the 1975 movie Jaws. He's
You want me to say the line? I'll say the line. I'll do it. Hold on. You call that a knife?
Well done. Well done.
This is a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, we've been talking for a while now. I would say probably at least an hour and 40 minutes. Just hanging around, just chilling after Kill Tony conversation. And most of what we were talking about, and by the way, we are going to get to the Kill Tony stuff. And of course, as always, youtube.com/KillTony. Subscribe to Kill Tony. Watch that show every Monday night because it's the greatest show in the world, in my personal opinion. And I don't want anybody to deprive themselves of it. And tonight was a great show that we're going to get to here in just a minute. But anyway, we've been talking a lot about Clubhouse as of late and how fucking wild that place is to have random comedians pop in on a random night. But isn't it though?
It is. I would say I like to describe it as like a TED Talk / podcast that is interactive, and it's highly. For myself, I become highly addicted to it. Yeah, but it's also just crazy to see the people that are on it and the accessibility that you have
right
with them, you know. It also as I've been on it, I think I've been on it for like 2 weeks, and I've curated it to the point where I could get into these different rooms in what's called the hallway there. You know? And there's just some fucking crazy shit going on. You've got the game falling asleep, you know, and talking about hookers and stuff. You've got Lex Friedman on there for I think like 20 hours a day, every day, you know. You can win. You can win money. They do game.
Uh-oh.
You know, that's on. Have you not found the game part yet?
I have not found the game part yet. You were doing a really good impression of being a Frozen person there. You're killing it there for a second.
I do. You know what? What the worst part about it is when I actually freeze. Is never in a good look.
It's like
You
it's like the old man trying to use the phone, the squint. But no, it's I've noticed too that like on a good night, you can run into Tim Dillon and Shane Gillis in the same room, or right now Brett Weinstein and fucking Lex Friedman talking about the wildest shit, and
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you got Dr. Stephen Greer on there.
Yeah, dude. Lot of celebs on there. And the coolest part about this is that you can raise your hand and be invited up to the conversation, which is pretty fucking awesome to be able to be part of a conversation, or like just speak to this person, just even, you know, to just speak to somebody like Tim Dillon. Uh-oh. He glitched out. He'll be back in a second, y'all. Either way, I'm going to take this. What's up, Ty? I see you out there too, Gunther. Tim Dillon is crazy good, and I 100% agree. Until then, we're going to get this up here. And take that away. Until he comes back. I've got to drag him in, though. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, so I'm going to take this moment to remind you. Go to killdiscord.com. Come hang out with us in the Kill Tony Discord. Clubhouse did stereo better. 100% Valish. Clubhouse did stereo better. Stereo is so weird. Like, I kind of enjoyed a little bit of it for a minute, but dude, it got weird. And like, yeah, it was just, it got to the point to where I didn't know like when I was recording something whether they like pulled it up to talk about it at like a later time or something, or if it would come up right then. But I don't know. I couldn't figure that shit out. So either way, yeah, dude, Clubhouse is just so much better, and the randomness of the people that you run into there is equally incredible. So anyway, there's that. So we're here to talk about Kill Tony, so let's do that. So tonight's episode, yeah, he does a great impression of a person with a shitty mic. Read him and weep, Nicholas. Oh, yeah, where is Dave tonight? We'll see where Dave is. Dave, he should be popping in soon. We will see. We'll see how that goes. Should be popping in soon. But, yeah. Anyway, Kill Tony was pretty solid this evening. A lot of really, really solid comics. I don't think there was a lot of downtime. There was one that stood out to me that Nick brought up that I actually wanted to talk to him about. But there was this one female comic that was absolutely hilarious. She was from the Detroit area, and actually said she was from Detroit proper. So just came in and absolutely destroyed. Great energy. It absolutely vanished. The panel was nonstop. The fucking soundboard was nonstop, solid. Everything about that show was cool. Like it felt like the old school. It felt like the old school episodes. So that's how I felt about it anyway. Like last week's episode with Rogan felt very much old school road show vibe, and like tonight's episode felt the same way, but it's starting to feel not, because they're doing the same room every week, and Like it feels like it's not a road show anymore. This is actually feeling like home. Genevieve, yeah, Genevieve. That sounds about right. And I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, dude. Yeah, she was so fucking funny, and I can't remember any of her bits, but I wouldn't want to try to spoil them. I would rather you just go and watch her set and watch the entire episode as obviously youtube.com/killtony. Okay. Let's see if we can make this happen. Bam. All right, there we go.
Oh wow, I'm back.
Okay. How about that?
Sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good, man. I know how it is, dude. This is this is
I'm
the
on
future.
that Los Angeles Wi-Fi here, and I think that what time is it? 10:20. I think this is like the time where everybody starts to masturbate.
Well, I just it was a good thing you weren't here because you know, I had
I gotta be honest, I popped off to do it real quick.
Yeah, so. I had to. He while you're gone, I had to jack off real quick. Yeah.
I had to just go ahead and rub one out. Quick.
While you weren't here, I had to take a jack off. So anyway, I'm glad you're back now because I was just at the end of explaining. Do you remember the girl's name that was on the show tonight that was just fucking? She destroyed.
Oh fuck! It was something C. I don't remember it, and I the reason why I don't remember it is because I was like, make sure you remember this because she fucking crushed it. Came up with like a fucking tornado. No lulls, no fucking drops, just perfect, funny, good jokes.
Fire energy.
Yeah. And then in her interview, she crushed it because
exactly
anything they threw her, it was like, I think they might have even kept saying it was, is this a bit, you know? Which is, in my view, like somebody that can take anything, especially in front of those fellas, and make it funny, and not get shit on, you know, has got real talent, you know. In my mind, I thought to myself, like, there's very much a potential for maybe a new regular, you know.
Yeah, maybe a new regular. I don't see that being a bad idea at all. And a lot of people who are old school Kill Tony fans know that in the early days of Kill Tony, they had all female regulars, like Malcolm Hatchett. Malcolm Hatchett, who was a recent regular and hilarious, by the way. Follow Malcolm Hatchett everywhere you fucking can. Like I think it's Malcolm H12 or something like that on social media, if I'm not mistaken. But dude, Monster was their first male regular ever. Yeah.
Who was the first regular on Kill Tony?
The very first regular was a young lady by the name of Sarah Mostajabi, and she did she did pretty good for a bit, but she was only on a few episodes, so she doesn't get. Her name is Genevieve. We're getting
Genevieve C.
Genevieve, and we'll get all of that information to you before the end, but I promise. But yeah, Genevieve something. But yeah, Sarah Mostajabi was the first, but then Kim Congdon, and then I think an episode or two later, Sarah Wineshank became the first two regulars of the show. And dude, both of them are absolute killers. I don't know if you are familiar with either of them, but I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I know Sarah, and she's hilarious. She's crushing it. She's killing it now.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. So, Kim's doing the same. She was on an episode of, she's been writing for Impractical Jokers for a while, so I heard. But she was on an episode of it the other day, and doing some killer shit.
Impractical Jokers, it still kind of trips me out because I think to myself, like, do people still believe? Like, doesn't everybody know who they are?
They're famous now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Borat. My name is Borat.
Yeah.
Everybody know me now. However he does it.
Very nice. I like.
Yes, very nice. How much?
I was gonna go into Borat, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to give him a bunch of credit for what he did to Giuliani. I'm a huge Giuliani fan. He really cleaned up New York, you
know. That's fucking great. Yeah, I'm a big Giuliani supporter after I saw him, you know, try to. She's 15. She's 15.
You know, I never watched that. I only watched just that little clip there that they, but I didn't see the second one.
It was fine, but I mean, it was agenda.
Yeah.
Which I think everything is agenda now. So, because there are so many genders.
It was agenda fluid.
I'm telling you, you would not believe the amount of genders I saw at this place.
There must have been at least 200 million of them.
I'm telling you.
All of them fluidly moving throughout the crowd.
One way to the other, from one side to the next.
All of them with just one goal. To live, damn it.
Because who wants to live a life if you can't walk outside without wearing a fucking mask?
I actually saw an ad for a mask that is clear, so you can see your face, but then at the bottom of it, it looks like you have your mask on and you're just wearing it down, like how I don't know, I pop my mask down.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like a beard mask?
It's like a beard mask. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I saw that and I thought, like, that just seems like it would get you in more trouble. People would be like, this guy's wearing his mask the wrong way. You know, he's supposed to wear it over his mouth and his nose. But, and in fact, you are. But you can still see your face. But then there's this fake mask at the bottom. I should have screenshotted it, sent it to the 3 girls that I'm talking to off of Bumble.
Hey, this mask guy, he's not doing it right, huh? All right.
It looks like he has no mask on, but indeed he actually has a full mask on.
It looks like you. All right. I got to stop going down those roads. I'm all stony baloney.
I'm with you.
But yeah, man, I was super happy, and Valis pointed out earlier about the panel tonight. Like, it's been all right. You've been at this. I'm going to go off on a tangent just for a second. I would tell a longer way to make this story make a little bit more sense. You've been in bands.
Yes.
How you've been in bands for long periods of time.
Correct, yeah.
And you've probably played multiple gigs, a lot of gigs with these bands. And anybody who is in a band with somebody for a long period of time knows that after you do something with the same group of people for prolonged periods of time, shit starts to get tense. And, you start to just find things wrong with these people because you're forced to spend so much time with them. And that's just how bands work. And just spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't know that, that's how they work. That's why a bunch of bands break up, just because you spend too much time together and it's not kosher, right?
I'm 100% on board with you right now. Yes.
Okay. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, you have to understand that Tony and Red Band and the boys in the band and the regulars are the meat of that show for how many years now? Long time. So when the quarantine hits and you remove the ability to have something else there to counteract, somebody else to bring to dinner so the parents don't argue, or you know what I mean? But like, when you don't have that sort of regular reoccurring cast of a crowd full of people, and it could be anybody, and changes it. Bands are like relationships, Poser, for sure, and changes it to a different dynamic of exactly who's going to be coming on. You have these ideas of exactly how things are going to go, and that just starts to feel a little like cookie cutter. That will wear on someone's mentality.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
And I don't mean to steamroll this for a second. I'm just making a long point that I want to hear your input on in a second. But whenever they reintroduced a new setting in Austin, even when it was just them having a different band, and we all love the band, but let me tell you, this new band slaps. Trust me. And dude, just having a different vibe. It's almost like, you get a new car. You know how you feel when you get a new car for a little while? It's like fresh and cool, and you just are in a better mood about things. And now you have guests that are coming in. You have a live audience that you can actually perform in front of, and all of these things that everybody just seems to be getting along better now.
Yeah.
So I told all of that basically to say that Kill Tony, they had so much time to spend together for so long, and now they are able to fucking do what they always wanted to do, which is perform comedy in front of a crowd, and everybody's fucking happier. So these shows just have a completely different vibe. Do you agree? I'm sorry I took too long to say all of those things.
No. I would suggest maybe just trim the fat next time.
Yeah.
No. I absolutely agree. I think that. Because the quarantine episodes. I mean, they've done a great job, no matter with what they've been given.
Yeah.
But it's great to see them in a new setting. They have a new band. We all know this now, which I think before I got cut off, you were saying the band is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They're tight. They're all great musicians, and then getting to have it in front of a live audience again, and then the return, I guess it was last week, of the infamous Alpha Brain himself, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And then Shane Gillis. And so getting to have a guest is an amazing, it's like a little bit more refined, refurbished version of what they, I think, originally were doing, pre-Pandy.
Sure.
And I think that the bringing that's a key thing, is having that guest there, because it brings up it kind of breaks up the monotony of hanging out with the same people all the time,
Oh, for sure. And another thing too. No, go ahead.
I don't know if I answered your question at all there.
No, like that's pretty much what I was going for. And I don't even think it was a question. It was more just what are your thoughts on that as well. But I think too that, being a performer, you have to take energy from the crowd, which, is going to make your performance better. But when you have to provide all of the energy, that's stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can compare it to is like comedy wise is going from doing mics or shows and and telling jokes on stages to doing this internet comedy which is what I started doing when the pandy hit. First I was telling jokes on Chatterbait, just typing them in to the girls to see if I could get a reaction, and then because I'm technology wise, I'm completely a dinosaur, you know. So, but then doing the Zoom shows, and I did a couple of like these like Instagram lives where it's just one other guy.
Yeah.
Or like, and then you got to like read the comments. It gives a whole new meaning to reading the room, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But I think, yeah, for a stand up, for myself, it is all about the energy, you know. That's how I got to work out bits, you know. That's how I added tags, was just the shit that happened directly in the moment from the energy of the crowd,
Right.
you know. So, and this may be a little bit off subject, but kind of goes to it. But there was, I think, how many people were at the Super Bowl? You know?
I don't know, but I saw a lot of cardboard people there.
Yeah, there was a lot of cardboard people. I wish I had enough money to just get like 500 different variations of like Henry Winkler cardboard cutouts. You know, like. But I had heard that I think there was a like 15,000, and I could be total misinformation, but there was quite a few live audience members at the Super Bowl. Yeah, which, I mean, it gives me a little bit of hope that the arts will be back, because you're a musician as well. So, I mean, and I give you mad props for not having stopped playing throughout this entire thing. You found a way to make it work, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I've taken my time here and there, you know, taking some time off just for, because I'm weird about shit like that, man.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to go do a show, I think that's something that any artist, musician, comedian, and I would assume, I'm not a big, I don't play sports, and you know, unless it's water sports. But that was a pee joke, by the way.
Yeah, it's a piss joke, guys. Keep up.
But it gives me hope that or I guess what I was saying was, like, I don't want to be responsible for anybody getting sick, you know.
Same.
So, but the Super Bowl thing, what I heard at least gives me hope that live crowds will be back at the clubs and venues that are open for music and for comedy, hopefully soon, you know.
Let's hope so.
Yeah,
I didn't,
because it is just an energy thing. It's all energy, you know, whether it's music or comedy. You know,
oh yeah,
you're feeding off of that. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, we were talking. It's all energy. It's all, you got to get in touch with your energy.
Yeah.
That's a gangster. We're talking about your inner gangster. Anyway, I didn't.
You're talking about grandpas.
Yeah, your inner grandpa. So we sort of at the beginning of this kind of skated past it, but I want to also let everybody know that Nick here is an hilarious comedian that we met through Chatterbait. I was on cam one day and he was typing jokes in the chat, and I was like, "Hey man,
the first standing O that I got."
Yeah, and which I came while standing is what he's getting at is but no, we met on Discord, and this is a comedy store fucking well, I don't want to say you're obsessed with the comedy store, but it's your fucking profile picture.
It is my profile picture. Yeah.
So obviously there is a reason why he is sitting here talking about Kill Tony with us today, and it is because he's a hilarious comedian, and you should all follow him on social media at official. You spell it like this.
Yeah. When I was making my Instagram handle, I was thinking that you could go. I didn't know yet. It was all in the same. Like you couldn't do capitals and or whatever, you know?
Yeah, like state capitals.
Yeah. I was gonna go on a capital thing there, but I think that's been talked about enough, you know.
Yeah.
The raid.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna. I'm not. I can't even. This is not worth it.
No, but I wanted it to be official and then E, like capital E, Nick BK. Didn't work out. I thought a bunch of times about changing it, but you can follow me there or don't. You know, I can guarantee that if you do, that you'll get some mediocre comedy and maybe some cute puppy pics.
Well, outside of cute puppy pics, I can vouch for the mediocre comedy. It is. I mean, it's top notch for mediocre. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, it's right at the top of the barrel when it comes to mediocrity. But no, but seriously, like if you want to get some good laughs, you should also follow this fool on Clubhouse. And if you have iOS, and I know, and Dave, Sarah, I wish you were here to back this conversation up that we were already having earlier. But one day, Clubhouse will probably be available for Android. And everybody will talk about how it's gone to shit now that you let all the fucking droids in here. And he's right about that. And I do believe that that's what will happen. But if you have iOS, download Clubhouse and follow Nick BK. And also follow me. I'm on there as well.
Yeah, you're on there. How do you look you up on there, though?
Let's see. I really don't know, and I was just wondering that too, because I don't. Yeah, it's at Yonder Wizard. I'm pretty sure I'm at Yonder Wizard on everything. I've sort of changed everything to Yonder Wizard, and I spell it weird so you know it's me.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other Yonder Wizards out there.
There's actually just one, and he spells both words correctly. And I've said, "Hey, Yonder Wizard," and he was like, "Yeah." So I was like, okay, good.
Did
Now,
you ask him if you could like cash app him like $15 to get the name?
No, I spelled it. I spelled it my way for a reason, because it sounds more Southern, wizard, instead of wizard. Just simple wizard.
Yeah. There's
a
hard R right there.
Hard R wizard. Yeah, but only on Fridays. But not like that's speaking of Yonder Wizard and my things. The reason we're doing this today on my channel is just because we want to let everybody know about Kill Tony. And we have another channel, Kill Discord YouTube channel, which this video will be uploaded to at a later date, or streamed on that channel. So all the videos will be banked there as well. But I just have a bigger reach on my channels than I do there, and that's what we're going for. So just to explain why we're here.
Baby.
Numbers. Just explaining why we're here. But getting back to Kill Tony, there were several really, really nice moments in the episode. One of them was really fucking cool, that a friend of an internet friend, if I may call him, Tony Casillas, got pulled out of the bucket, dude. And Tony is a killer, dude. I fucking love his shit. He was great.
I've been a fan of his for quite a while now, and now did he say, is he in Austin now?
Well, I think he is in Austin because he's from Dallas, so I think he is in Austin, if I'm not mistaken.
or at least somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, well, he's close. Um, I actually got a chance to see him. He opened up the secret show that I went to when I was out there, and man, he's killer. He's killer live, dude. He's
Yeah.
good with the room. He works it like,
Yeah.
you know, he you
Yeah.
know he works that pole. You know.
Yeah, he had a good set tonight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was the strongest, but that's, I think, just because I've seen him and I know him and I know how good he is.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is just more proof that like a minute in that situation is not. I mean, it can be. You never know how it's going to go. It is only a minute. So.
Yep.
I not his strongest set, but still a slam dunk.
Oh yeah. And I thought it was a good set, man. I guess because I've recognized the jokes that he was telling and I kind of knew where they were going, maybe.
Yeah.
But dude, his set was. I thought it was fine, and his interview was equally fine. He just seems fun. Seems really nice. He seemed. What I like about his honesty in how he was like talking about his pops collection, like his little pop dolls or whatever.
Yeah.
I love the honesty.
It's nice to have a relatable fella.
Yeah.
Or lady.
Right.
I think that's the big thing with Kill Tony is I love it when somebody goes up and crushes a set, but if they can handle the interview, that's what I think really for me it gets me to like or pass on that person.
I mean, you can like somebody whether or not they're funny.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
yeah.
But I agree with that, dude. The interview is what sells me.
There was the other guy on there, the Michael Jackson.
Oh, dude.
I felt so bad. Like, I mean, but that's another great thing about that show is that and the show I'm talking about is Kill Tony.
Of course.
Is that it's almost a way of getting into a club and watching comedy like how it is in the club,
Right.
Especially, or it's like going to an open mic or something like that, because you see people that they don't handle it real well, and it makes me feel bad, but that's sometimes the most hilarious stuff.
Like, how many of you guys like it when a comedian does well on the stage?
Right,
how many of you guys like it when a comedian does bad?
Yeah.
No, but the only thing that I will say about the Michael Jackson guy, and I do hope that he comes back dressed as Michael Jackson, because that would be fucking hilarious. Under any circumstance. Yeah, dude. But the only thing I will say about this is that it always bothers me when somebody gets up on stage and at Kill Tony and says, I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
Because you signed up, you put your name in the bucket, like you knew what you were getting into. You should prepare. You should have I'm sorry, but if you don't go over your minute in your head at least a few times, and probably would behoove you to do so with a timer on your phone in your hand to just see how long it's going to be. If you don't take that sort of preparation before you get up there, I don't think you should be putting your fucking name in the bucket. So
I fully agree. It's for anybody that is a comedian that's going up there that's done it before. I feel like they should know that that's not your time to work out material. It's your time to bring your best minute.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And just have it prepared. I feel like with that guy, I think that he was just so nervous and under pressure that
Yeah.
I feel like he did have stuff prepared, and then he slipped on his first joke, and then it just took him out of the pocket, and he panicked. You know?
That'll happen too.
Yeah, yeah. Which
Yeah.
sometimes that's the funniest thing for me to watch. Like, and maybe it's because I'm not a nice person, but there's nothing better than, or maybe it's because I've bombed so much.
That's what I was
as
gonna
well,
make. That's what I was
know?
gonna say. Like, because you can remember when that was you. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
dude, I know where this
Yeah.
guy's at.
But I have always taken pride in the fact that I've been able to sit in the bomb. Like, I've never panicked. So I do like to watch somebody kind of panic their way out of it, you
Yeah.
know, or attempt to. But also, he looks like the type of guy that should get one of those masks that I was talking about, where it's clear and then it's on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, he should. Shit, I was just about to say something. I totally slipped my stony baloney mind what it was going to be. Oh, well. It was going to be epic, too. I don't know, man. Like, I just like the preparation. And that's just me. Not just preparation H. I like the preparation of, that you're going to do something that is, that you're going to do something that a lot of people are going to fucking see.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are going to know about this thing, so you should maybe have something prepared. But I remember what it was I was going to say, talking about bombing. See, I do the music, obviously, so I have played gigs in which nobody gave a fuck that I was there the entire time. And I have to be there for like 2+ hours after I realize, oh shit, this isn't going well. And I've got multiple hours left where I have to stand over in the corner and just play fucking Simple Man for these people. And like, so I don't mind getting fucking, like, I don't mind it at all when people don't give a shit or when I don't get a response. But I know that somebody who doesn't get on stage a lot isn't going to know how to react to that. So I can only look at it from my perspective, but I'm discounting the fact that that's a huge deal to a lot of people.
Yeah, I wonder if that might have been why I was able to, when I started doing comedy, was able to be okay with bombing. Not that it was not that, and especially at the beginning, it wasn't like when I would bomb. It wasn't like I was completely okay with it, but over time, like, I think you and I have talked about this. Like, Holtzman has that thing that he said. Like,
I'm gonna stay quiet until the silence bothers you more than it bothers me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
Like, it's there's that element that I've kind of brought into it, and also, like, I'm a big Andy Kaufman fan, and so it almost, like, if you can sit in that silence and be comfortable, something will happen that's going to make people laugh,
Oh, for sure. Like, at that point, almost anything that you say is going to get a laugh because the tension is, like, the room is just teetering.
Yeah.
And then it'll just explode like it did whenever he said that.
Exactly. Like,
he's a pro. Speaking of the great Brian Holtzman, he will be, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Brian Holtzman is the guest that will be airing on the episode next week.
And he's moving out there, I think, right?
He's there now. He is there already. The great Brian Holtzman, my friend Brian Holtzman.
One of the best things that you say, just about anybody, is my friend so and so.
My friend Brian Holtzman.
The other night I was talking to my friend Brian Holtzman. It just something about that makes me a little wet.
Heyo.
Just
Listen, you know what? Well, for a good while now, I've been talking to my friend Nick from Chatterbait, and let me tell you, it's just been the cat's pajamas.
I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
I have too, and you know what? We're scooting up, and I was hoping that we would be able to get a Dave Sarah sighting before we reach the hour point in this. But here we are. Here we are, 51 minutes Sarah and 7 seconds later.
Damn it, Dave Sarah.
old Uncle Dave. Old Uncle Dave works hard, you know. Sometimes he needs a night off, you know. We'll allow it, you know. It's tough being an uncle.
It is, you know, especially to a bunch of young fucks like us. You know?
It's tough being our Uncle Dave. But Dave is fine. He will be back for sure. This is a thing that will happen. Anywho,
we were talking about the Comedy Store for a second there.
Go for it.
That was actually so that's where I first started doing stand-up, was at the Comedy Store. And that's why I have the profile there, is because I've always looked at comedy as something that I want to, like, that's my goal with comedy there, is to be accepted by that place, you know? That's the club.
That's Mecca.
Yeah, like I don't want to get paid for it. That doesn't matter to me. It's just that there's something about and both of them as well. The Comedy Store La Jolla down in La Jolla, San Diego. The rooms there just have they've got there's something going on in there energy wise that it's just what I feel like a club where you go up and you tell jokes and get to work out material if you keep on doing it, you know, what it should be. And I just have a lot of respect for that establishment and the bookers there and the comedians that place has cultivated, you know. And I feel like it's a place that lets you work on your craft, you know. So
it's the most successful comedic forge of all time.
Yeah, it's just it's a beautiful place, and they are open back up, I guess.
Yeah, La Jolla's already doing outdoor shows.
Yeah, La Jolla's doing outdoor shows, and then I think that the store's been doing on and off outdoor shows up in LA throughout this thing, but I guess they're supposed to open next week, is what I'm hearing. So,
well, dude, that's great for comedy, because everybody seems to be going to where things are open now, and you know, so it's time for the greatest forge in comedy history to fire that furnace back up, so to speak, man. And dude, you just hear about everybody that talks about it, and I've never been, but I know that I'll probably just
be. We need to get you out here and get you there, you know.
Right.
Which, by the way, you crush. Like, you're.
Don't tell anybody.
Like, just like in our conversations, you're just a naturally funny person. But then getting to see you tell jokes on stage or through a Zoom thing, I'm a fan of yours. I'm a huge fan of yours, and so. Well,
you, my friend, just know that going forward. Absolutely. But yeah, I don't want to go any further into this episode without bringing up the fact that tonight on Kill Tony, and this will be a nice little cushion to put on the either end of this bookend, is that tonight we got a couple of very powerful sets from 2 of the 3 Kill Tony regulars.
Yeah, fuck.
Dude, David Lucas had that joke about fucking goddamn, what was it? Fuck, there was one joke he had that was amazing, and I don't know why it's slipping my mind right now.
I'm trying to think here what it would be.
Oh man, it was somebody. Hold on a second. It was somebody said it in the. Let me go look in the Kill Tony chat here. Somebody brought it up earlier, but dude, both of them. It's so good to see, and everybody was talking shit on David during the pandemic episodes, and man,
Yeah,
just some people, and I always thought David had good jokes, but you could just tell that like he's not in this to tell jokes to a room full of people that he knows. He wants to be in front of a crowd.
yeah.
It
goes back to the energy thing.
Yeah, dude. Right.
You could see it. You could see it happen with him, but it was a bummer to watch because, therefore, everybody watching ended up talking a bunch of shit. But I think that's coming from a point of view where they don't understand like what's going on there. Like the dude's a fire roaster. And he's a good writer as well. So I think that him being able to this is good for him to be able to shine in front of a crowd again, because that's where his better stuff comes.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I just found the joke. He says, "Isn't it funny how you always feel more naked with shoes on than if you just absolutely naked?" And it's so true. Like, that's such a good joke. Like, it's so funny, so relatable, and so fucking hilarious that, like, how has nobody ever thought of that? Like, isn't it weird that you feel more naked with your shoes on than without?
I wonder to see, like, I wonder how much of that has to do with like, that just reminds me of like black porn, because I'm not a very shoe guy. Like, I wear shoes to go outside, but like if I'm in the house, my shoes are off.
Oh yeah, well I mean, right now I got on some of these. Right now I got on some slippers. I got them slippers on right now, bro.
Yeah. What a good fucking joke, though.
That's such a good joke.
So many, yeah, like I feel like that's the thing too about those short sets is that's just the very quick condensed version of what could be like a big bit,
Yeah, I mean, it's to do something that relatable and that real. People can't ignore that shit. I love it. And also, dude, Michael Lair came out with great shit. He's gonna take, after he's done eating the lasagna, he's gonna cook something delicious like crack.
Michael Lair, he can do no wrong in my book. The guy is just he's hilarious, and and I think that like a lot of comics take offense when you go, "Oh, you're a great writer," but when I say that to somebody or about somebody, like, that's like the ultimate praise, because I'll only say that to somebody that like has a great bit that they wrote and delivered well,
right?
So, like having said that, he's a great writer, and then he is. I mean, the way that he tells his jokes and just his whole thing is amazing. The guy is hilarious. He might be the next Chappelle.
He can do no wrong. And I'm really pulling for some sort of you know what? I have to admit, this ice bucket challenge and all of this stuff. I'm a huge baseball fan. I know about Lou Gehrig.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I never really gave a shit about any of that until I realized that, man, Michael Lehrer, we need him here. Like, we don't, something needs to be done about this shit. And I didn't give as much of a shit about it until it involved Michael Lehrer.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, dude, we really need to. I'll do an ice bucket challenge maybe if it'll raise some money, but it wouldn't.
I feel like we should do something more than pour water on each other.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and I also wonder how Lou Gehrig would feel if they renamed it Michael Lehrer's disease.
Well, I mean, if we're going to get technical about it, I mean, I bet Lou Gehrig didn't have a fucking strong 5. I mean, I bet I doubt Lou Gehrig could even get through a minute without, stumbling through his words. I mean, even his great speech is only fucking like 22 seconds long.
That's very true. Actually, I did hear him tell a knock-knock joke before, and it was just the orange one.
Yeah. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think maybe we should start like a petition to or maybe we could talk to Michael and see what he thinks about renaming it Michael Lehrer's disease.
So I got a new knock-knock joke. It's knock-knock.
Who's there?
Sir, I'm new in the neighborhood, and I'm required by law to introduce myself and let you know that I've moved in across the street. This is I don't know how I want to end it. I want to keep going. But I don't want to say exactly like, I have to register with the courthouse and let you know that I've moved here across the street. I keep myself mostly. Nothing really to freak out about. Anyway.
I'm not much of a toucher anymore. I'm more of a looker.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. I'm a totally different person now. I go to church. I give my life to Jesus. I work with a youth group.
I wonder if you could add in like the fact that you're a red. You pop up as a red dot, and then maybe turn it into an Indian joke, not a Native American joke, but an Indian joke.
Yeah, if you'd like to come over to my house for some
curry
and watch a Golden State Warriors game.
Yeah, I've got the creamiest curry that there is.
Yeah, actually, I've opened a new restaurant downtown called the Creamy Curry. Where we only shoot from behind the 3-point line. All right. There you go. So many layers upon layers on this shit, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyway, Nick, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, the great and powerful official Nick BK. Follow him on social media. I love the fact that Dave Serra booked you for a podcast and I interviewed you.
I know, yeah. It's great, but thank you for having me. And if I could plug something real quick,
please do.
I'm in the middle of working on my Choose Your Own Adventure autobiography. So as soon as that is done, just be on the lookout for it. It'll be probably put out through Amazon.
Choose Your Own Adventure autobiography. Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah. Thinking about
Follow.
maybe making it a pop-up book.
Follow this funny motherfucker on Clubhouse, ladies and gentlemen. Nick BK. Jump in any room you see him in. He is fucking hilarious. And
follow this guy too, please.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Go ahead and drop that follow on myself. And you know what? Even though he's not here, he's here in spirit. Follow Dave Sarah as well. And subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'm sure he'd appreciate it if you did that. But yes, on social media, Yonder Wizard, WIZZERD. Pretty much everywhere on social media except for YouTube, which I should probably change to Yonder Wizard as well. You know, why not? But yes, at Yonder Wizard on Clubhouse, which is a thing now that I'm saying. And please go watch Kill Tony episodes at youtube.com/Kill Tony. Always a great fucking episode. And then when you watch an episode on Kill Tony and you're amazed by it, come into the Kill Tony Discord at killdiscord.com and talk to us about it. And we'd love to talk to you about it. And as always, reminding you to enjoy Screwball Whiskey, SKREW ballwhiskey.com. Tomorrow's stories begin right here. Hashtag get screwed. Hashtag screw it forward. Follow at Screwball Whiskey on social media for the misfits, the black sheep, the screwballs. Screwballwhiskey.com.
It's delicious.
You heard it from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches.